I am someone who has been through the few things in
Yeah.
his life. I was victim, I guess you would say, of childhood sexual abuse, bullying. I had numerous illnesses as a child that made some parts of growing up difficult. I was diagnosed with stage 4 pancreatic cancer at 53, and at 56, my youngest son took his own life. So there have been a number of setbacks, but as you said, I have been blessed to have had ancestors and to have had examples of people who persevered through very difficult circumstances that I could look to for guidance and inspiration. Tomorrow might just be better than today.
Yeah.
At an early age, my father, one of the things that he did leave with me was his belief that the most successful people in the world were problem solvers, and that you should never run from a problem. You should be the one that embraces it and finds a solution. So one of the best ways to solve problems is never make the same mistake over and over again. You can make it twice, you can make it 3 times, but there should come a point where you don't make the same mistake again. Because you've got to move on to the other mistakes you're going to make. You can't spend all your time on the ones you've already made. When I got the diagnosis that it was pancreatic cancer, I just fell backwards. That was generally a pretty significant indicator of imminent death. It was like, this is not good. And so, like, women didn't have sanitary products. Nobody had toilet paper. And somehow the world got populated and they found some joy in life. They lost, my grandmother lost a child. People died from disease, whether it was cancer or some other disease. And they died from things that today would be nothing. You would step on something and cut your foot. You would just go get an antibiotic or a tetanus shot or something. I'm not the first one. How did they keep going? And I do think at some point, it's my belief that we'll all see our ancestors again. And I don't want them looking at me thinking I was the weak link in the chain. There are people, you still have toilet paper, you're indoors, you have air conditioning. Yes, you have had some bad situations happen. Yes, you were raped as a child, you were molested as a child. Yes, you've lost family members. Yes, you lost your youngest son. I put forth the effort that I've believed I needed to put forth so that if reconciliation did not happen, I would be sad, but I would not be regretful. I had done what I could. And I recommend that people take it, that they go that far. You don't have to continue on, but you just need to go as far as when another person passes away, you can live regret free. What I mean by the ancestors is just in those moments when all hope is lost, when there's this despair that sets in, for me, it's been helpful to remember that there have been other people in a state of despair and they survived. And she told me that when he died, and this was a very religious woman, right? She read her Bible daily, she prayed daily, she had her foundations, her religious foundations held her in place. But when she lost her child, she said that the world became a grayscale. If you don't quit, if you will just continue, there will be a day when the world will come back to color again.
It's actually a gift, because who you become on the other side of this test is a beautiful experience, right?
The universe isn't out to get us. And maybe we sometimes bring some things on ourselves, but you need to forgive yourself for those because we're all human.
Yeah.
And do your best to get back on track. You have to put your helmet on before you need it.
Mm.
He thought he was taking the pain with him and that everybody would be better off without him. The truth is, he left, so we all are now at a loss for him, and the pain stayed.
Yeah.
But I definitely think my level of stress and intensity, and paradoxically, the work to control so bad things wouldn't happen, actually contributed to a bad thing occurring. So I do acupuncture, Reiki, guided imagery, tons of supplements and all about just working to keep me physically in the game, because you got to survive long enough for something good to happen, right? I believe each life is invaluable. Each human life has the value cannot be measured. I believe we're all invaluable. I enjoy being a person upon which other people can achieve their goals, right? I can help them achieve their goals.